Hi, everybody. Thank you very much for coming to this second GoEd Exchange, which is our, we say it's an annual event, but actually it only happens every 18 months. The first event last year was in Salt Lake City in January, which is a very nice winter destination. This year, since we did it every 18 months, we moved it to someplace we thought would be a little warmer and where the weather would be a little nicer, but that apparently hasn't cooperated. But thank you nonetheless for coming. This event for us is really our keystone event for our members and for the industry. For those of you who don't know, GoEd's a trade association, and we work to promote consumption of EPA and DHA in all of its forms, from all of its sources, because we really view it as a critical nutrient for public health and for humanity, essentially. One of the things we do in order to achieve our mission is to do educational events like this. And so this is our big main event. In addition, we speak at many conferences, and for those of you who are members, all of the talks we give are available on our website in the members section of our website, so we encourage you to download those. In addition, later this year, we're actually starting a webinar series, and in your packets, there should be a flyer for the first webinar that we're going to be doing, which is an overview of the pharmaceutical market for omega-3s and all of the things going on there. So you should find some details there. We're doing it jointly with one of our members, Catalent, and you'll actually hear one of the speakers today later in the conference as well, talking about a little bit different aspect. In terms of this conference, so it is, for those of you who are at the last conference, this is a much bigger event. Last time we had about 150 people, and this time we have 225. But we have changed a number of things. First of all, we heard the feedback last time that people wanted to network better, and so we took out the lunch speakers. We lengthened the breaks, and so we've created it as a 2.5-day event instead of a jam-packed 2-day event. So hopefully you'll get the chance to network with your colleagues here. And if there's anybody you'd like to meet, please feel free to talk to one of the GoEd staff, and we'll try to track them down for you and introduce you. The event this year, just so you get an idea of who's in the room with you, we have registered now 30 non-member companies, or non-GoEd members, and 197 GoEd member companies, employees from GoEd member companies. And one of the things that you should be able to see is on the name tags, if you want to know if somebody's a GoEd member, there's actually a proud member logo. I don't know where my name tag is, but there's a proud member logo. So if you see that logo there, then that indicates that the person's a GoEd member. If it's not incorrectly noted on your badge, just come see us and we'll print you a new badge. In terms of the geographic distribution, most of the people in the room are from North America, not surprisingly, because it's based in, the conference is in North America this year. 143 people from the United States and Canada. We have 45 people from Europe, 13 from Asia, 13 from South America, 5 from Australia, and even 1 person from Africa. So there is a global distribution here, somewhat. And also for those of you who are here at the first event, there are a number of things that we are trying to do differently. So the first thing I mentioned already, we got rid of the track sessions and made it an event where every single session is in this room. And we did that because, as those of you who were there last year know, the timing got all messed up and people couldn't see talks that they wanted to see. So we've tried to fix that. One of the things we have done differently is in your packets as well. There's a feedback survey, so we'd encourage you to fill those out and return those with us before you leave, so that way we know what are the sessions that are most interesting and valuable to people, and we can try to plan for the next exchange around that. And in addition, there is an event app, and there's a survey form on the app as well. So if you don't want to fill out the hand survey, you can actually do it in the app. And I'll get to that in a minute. We're also tweeting this event live for those of you who use Twitter and want to either tweet with us or follow the feed. The hashtag we're using, for those of you who know what that is hashtag GoEdExchange. So hopefully you'll see some activity there. And then, of course, one minor change from last year is that we aren't giving out 10-pound binders full of everybody's presentations. Instead, you get this nice little tablet computer with an app preloaded on it, and we'll go through a tutorial about that in a minute. But all of the presentations and all of the videos are going to be available on that app, both during this event and after the event, so you can keep that. You can also download the app on your iPad, your iPhone, any other smartphone as well. So you just have to go to whatever marketplace your phone is and to search for GoEd 2012, and you'll be able to get all the same data that's on the tablet. But we certainly encourage you to use the tablet during the event. And they are all pre-charged, but that doesn't mean they're going to last for 3 days. So if you are going to use the tablet, be sure you charge it overnight. But they are yours to take home. Some people ask if they have to return them, but they're not, actually. You can take them home with you and continue to use them as long as they last. I do want to thank the sponsors of this event, because it really, you can see the production value we're striving for here. And all of the gadgets and gizmos, it is an expensive event to produce, and it couldn't happen without the sponsors. So I want to take time to thank each of them. DSM, obviously they've been in the news a lot lately, and they're sponsoring the GoEd Awards dinner tomorrow, so you'll get to hear from them tomorrow night. Golden Omega is the other platinum sponsor. And they are the ones who paid for the tablets for everybody in the room. So definitely we want to thank them. So yeah, everybody loves the tablet. I think that's why most people came. The gold sponsors, BASF has sponsored a number of networking corners and the breakfast, in one of the breakfasts. For those of you who haven't seen the networking corners, if you want to get a quiet place to go off and talk, at the end of these hallways, there's little coves where you can just kind of get away from all the noise and meet with a couple of people one-on-one. So we encourage you to take advantage of those. Croda sponsored the gift bags, and so you all received those when you checked in. EPAC sponsored the lanyards and the badges, so we thank them for their support with that. Ocean Nutrition Canada is sponsoring the opening reception tonight, so you get to hear from them as well tonight. And for those of you who don't know, Bill Sears, one of the speakers this afternoon, is actually doing a limited book signing at the reception as well. We have a number of pre-publication copies of his book. For those, if we run out, for those of you who don't get them, we have a list that you can sign your name up for, and we will send you an actual published copy once the book is released. And then we have we have two silver sponsors. Cyvex, who has sponsored the app itself and made that possible. Here, I'm going to lower this just in case. Cyvex, who has sponsored the app itself and made that possible, and Nutrisource Diagnostics. So you all have water bottles in your bag, but the other thing you have is an omega-3 index test kit. So you can basically follow the instructions on the kit, mail the sample in. I think there's an envelope with the mailing address and everything all filled out, and you will get in the mail back your omega-3 index results. Then there's a number of bronze sponsors. Solana sponsored the Wi-Fi, so everybody should be able to access Wi-Fi both on your tablets or any other device you have. New Hope New Hope Media and Ingredia, and is a media partner. They helped us advertise this event and get as many people here as we could. Nutraceuticals World did the same, so we thank both of them, and NutraIngredients. And actually all of these media partners, oh, sorry, there's one more media partner, Virgo Publishing. All of these media partners will be facilitating sessions, so you'll get to hear from the editors and people who work at these publications. So we encourage you to interact with them, because they're really important in getting the omega-3 message out to the industry. And then lastly, there's two more speakers. Organic Technologies, which is sponsoring a lunch tomorrow, and Solutex, which is sponsoring the refreshment break we'll have in a couple hours. So again, thank you to the sponsors. There's a lot of them, but I want to make sure each of them gets their recognition, because really none of this could happen without them. They contributed an enormous part of the budget for this event in order to make this happen. So please thank the sponsors. I also want to thank the GoEd staff because they were critical in making this happen, and I don't think all of them are in the room here, but if you see them, they're happy to help out with anything, any questions you have or any issues you have, just let us know and we'll try to address them and resolve them. I see Lindsay Wright in the back of the room, Harry Rice, Ellen Shutt, Mike Roberts, Mika Martinez. I don't know where they are in the room or not, but we'll be hanging out mostly at the registration desk. So if you have any questions, like I said, just reach out to us. My staff, they're always looking out for you. They've reminded me I need to talk about one very critical issue. If you need to use the restroom, it's out that door and in the back corner there. Some of my staff care about that more than others. And now we'll move on to the thing that everybody's waiting for, which is the tablet tutorial here. Okay, so for those of you who know how to use Android, this should be fairly self-explanatory. But if you don't, the first thing is, in order to turn on your tablet, you hold down the power button, which is up in the upper right-hand corner here, and it should come on and boot up. Mine's already on here. And then in order to get into the actual main screen of the tablet, you take this lock button and you move it to the right to unlock it. And then you're going to want to connect it to the Wi-Fi. That's the next step. And there should be cards in your boxes about how to connect to the Wi-Fi. But you want to select the Solana network, and you should be able to connect automatically. And then you're going to want to open your browser, which is, if you go back to the main screen, it's the icon on the left there. And you'll connect to, and that'll open a page for the Marriott. And the access code, and this works on your tablet or any of your computers, the access code is actually just the word GoEd, all capitalized. I'll slow down a little bit just so everybody can. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so for those of you who are still waiting to power up, if you get to the main screen, you want to take that lock and put your thumb over it and move it to the right. I should say one thing is you may, if it's not responding very well, you may want to remove this plastic film on the front here, which is kind of hard to see, but that will make it a little bit more touch sensitive. These are not iPads, so we'll tell you that right now, but they're still very functional and very useful. So sometimes you want to touch softly and just move your finger around a little bit and it'll get going. And then to connect to the Wi-Fi, there's a little icon in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and you just click there, and it'll say Wi-Fi networks available. And then you pull it up, and you're going to want to connect to the Solana network. And once you've done that, you want to open the browser and get to the Marriott. It'll load a Marriott web page eventually. You may get a couple of menus where you just have to keep hitting continue. And then you'll get to the Marriott web page and enter the access code GoEd, all capitalized. If you can't spell it, it's up there. And then log in, and you should be good to go then. So then you're connected to the internet. Everybody with me so far? Okay. While I'm waiting for everybody to catch up there, just so you know, a few of the icons here that with Android. In the bottom left-hand corner, there's a little icon that looks like a house. That will always get you back to the main home screen. And then, of course, there's the back button right next to it. In the upper right-hand corner of the screen, there's a bunch of little squares there, and that's actually how you access almost all of the apps, except for the ones that you've dragged to the desktop. So you should be able to get you can download any apps that you want from the Android store, but you can also access any of the apps. So if you select the GoEd 2012 app, it's going to ask you for a username and password. And you should have received with your email confirmation instructions on how to log into the app. But in case you haven't, your username is your email address that you registered for the conference with. And the password is your first name in all lowercase letters. And again, if you have any problems with this, come see us at a break or something like that, and we'll get you all sorted out. Now, once you're in the app, this is a really important feature here, is that you're going to want to update the app. And because as we get speaker presentations, they change. As we film, we'll add videos. So what you're going to want to do is every morning, or maybe every twice a day or something like that during the conference, you actually want to update the app because it will download all of that new content. So to update the app, you should either get a little notification in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen that says an update is available, and you can click that and it'll just start downloading the update. Or alternatively, there's a little gear icon in the app that is for settings, and you can click that, and then there's an option to check for an updated version, and it's pretty simple. It just automates itself. Everybody following me, or are there any major significant questions? Okay. We don't have a binder, but of course there are issues as well. Okay, so then once you get the latest version of the app updated, let me try to type in the password here. Sorry. Okay, so once you get in, you only have to type the password in once. So then once you get into the app, it should be fairly self-explanatory what each of the buttons do. You can access the agenda, you can view the speaker bios, you can download the attendee list, you'll of course be able to see the videos. There are a couple of goodies on here that I want to let you know about. So the first one is, for those of you who don't know Gretchen Van Ice, she's the chairman of our scientific committee for GoEd. And she has actually written a book on omega-3s for healthcare practitioners. And there is a portion of the book built into the app. It's titled Omega-3 Book. So if you click that, it will open a PDF of Gretchen's book. The other thing that's on here is if you hit videos, it will actually show you all of the videos from the previous GoEd Exchange. So you get to see all of the speakers and speeches and everything. And that's one of the things we'd like to do at every exchange, is we're building this knowledge base, and we want to make sure that people who attend any of the future GoEd Exchanges have access to all of the past content as well. And then one last thing I want to note before we get into the actual conference here is under the agenda, if you go to any of the sessions, in fact, I'll ask everybody to go to the session on the first day towards the end called Communicating with Consumers About Omega-3s. So if you click that session, you should see on the far right-hand tab a download tab. And that tab is actually where you can get the PDFs for each of the speaker presentations. We haven't uploaded all of them yet because we haven't received all of them, but we'll continue to do that. And so you'll want to check for updates every now and then just to see if there's any new content available. Once if you download one of these, you'll click a button, and there is a bug in the app. It unfortunately doesn't open the presentation right away. So it'll download the file, and then once it's downloaded, what you want to do is you want to go back to the home screen and go up to the apps menu and just open Adobe Reader, and you'll see all of the presentations that you've downloaded. So it's a somewhat lengthy explanation, but it's fairly simple. You'll play around with it a little bit, and I'm sure you'll get the hang of it pretty quickly. And again, if you have any questions, we're in the back of at the registration desk. Flag any of us down, and we'll be able to help you with that. So before I get into the actual start kicking the conference off, are there any questions? Does anybody not understand this or have any questions that other people might have as well? No? Okay.